So,
Okay, go ahead. Yep, now we're
I've been, I wanted to see this. I wanted to see that Miami scrap and claw and fly into the ball and defensive schemes. And, I'm really happy. I'm just really pleased that we don't have to be scoring 85 points to win basketball games. And we enjoyed the scrum. We enjoyed the physicality. We got frustrated a little bit on offense, but we didn't lose our composure. I mean, they're a great defensive team, and they're long, and it's hard to score around the basket. And I thought the three-point shooting really helped us, because without that, we would have been, toe-to-toe with them, because they stuff the rim. They're just very, very hard to get to the rim on. And, that's something that's usually a good 20 or 30 points a game for us. So we tried a bunch of different ways, and they defended every single one of them, so we needed that three. And, of course, points in transition off our steals. So it's been a while since we've had 22 steals, and they were team steals. They were schemes. They were film studies. We spent a lot of time explaining which steals we would shoot the gap on and who we would force into certain areas of the court and how the team would respond. And so it was just team steals. It wasn't just an athlete running and getting a ball. It was, okay, I see this developing, so my assignment now is this. And it's so much fun when you see something coming and your kids are making the right reads. So it was just, I really enjoyed it.
How badly did you guys, this was like the one blemish on the ACC record.
Yeah.
How much did you want to come
We wanted to play well. We did not play particularly well at North Carolina, and we let a lead go. So we knew, it wasn't as big as some of the leads we had tonight, but we felt like we were in control of the game, and then they took the lead with a minute to go, and that's something that we never do. So we weren't going to let the lead dwindle, and I thought we responded at huge times. But yeah, the last two times we played them, an ACC tournament, and then at Carolina, we lost. So we usually have one tank of fuel, and I said, you got two tanks. You got two tanks tonight, so when you think the one's about to run out, just flip the switch and go to your second tank. That's the other game they beat us, and use that as your fuel. And I thought that really helped.
Rona was hurt last game, and she left the game halfway
Yeah.
through the second half. I assume she was all right if she played 31 minutes.
Yeah, right. The next day, it wasn't, when we found out it wasn't a concussion, but we had to have some testing done, so we weren't sure until Monday night, really, whether or not it was a concussion. And then when that was cleared, it became kind of a shoulder-neck deal. And that was the matter of how much pain she could tolerate, but there was no risk. And so that's when things kind of unraveled, and our trainer, Alana Eichmann, did a great job, because both Bay and Saran McGuire were not able to practice until yesterday.
It took you a couple minutes to get going, but that run at the beginning of the game just kind of blew the game open there.
I got great upperclassmen. You guys know that, and they really. What I love about them this year is they have that wisdom, besides the talent and the capability and the composure, but there's a wisdom there. Like, we know how we're going to get this team. We know when our moment's going to come, and I thought we played very maturely tonight. And we literally played every defense that we have.
Stephanie with 7 steals. She looked like she played really heady tonight.
Yeah, and then some charges too.
Yeah.
So she once she sees it and gets it, she's very disciplined. And that's what it was. I said we wanted to play with intention and have our attention. Like, we had 2 words, like play with intention and have attention. And we thought we were really smart on how we could attack them, but we just didn't want to be undisciplined like we were the last time we played them. And I thought we closed out things a lot better in this game.
Shanice, UNC came in with 3 of the top rebounders in the league statistically. How important was it for guard play to step up tonight and know, to keep Carolina off balance, to keep them honest?
I think they still out-rebounded us. They were up by a lot, I think, in the first half. But we had 22 steals and 35 turnovers. So either way, we got the ball back. So, we tried to box them out, but, they were 6 inches taller than us. So we had to get it back another way, and that's what we did. And that was the difference, I thought, in the game.
Shanice, can you talk about what I had asked Katie before about how badly the players wanted to win this game, considering that you had lost the last 2 of the
Yeah, we did, but we felt like we lost it. Something that we could change. We want to, like Coach said, we want to make sure we came out and played Miami basketball and do what we did well for 40 minutes, and we didn't do that up in Carolina. So that's what we really want to focus on. But it feels good, I must say.
Shanice, playing at home, obviously you guys have done well here, but do you guys ratchet up an extra notch here, and you got to bring it?
It's February. Yeah, you have to. Like Coach said, we wanted to play with attention, be focused, and everybody be in tune. We don't want to miss a step, miss a beat, because that could be the difference in the game now. So we're just a little more focused right now.
And every time we missed a rotation, they scored or got an offensive rebound. I mean, literally every time we just made one little mistake, they got the offensive rebound or scored.
Which means they cut it to 7 there early or late in the first half, but you guys, prevailed after that and came out in the second half and stretched the lead back out. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Honestly, I don't remember. I don't
Coach,
know.
they cut
Well,
27-20. They
yeah.
cut.
Well, I thought we had control and we were running a little bit, and then they started to execute their offenses a little bit better, and we didn't have as many steals and we didn't have as many transition opportunities, and then that slowed us down. And so it was kind of a matter of an adjustment of, okay, let's go back to keeping our tempo up, and then if our tempo stalled, then we went to our resets. And we just had a little tempo issue there for a little bit. And as soon as we got back into flow, we stretched the lead again.
Coach,
Hey, why do you think your team is so good at stealing the ball?
Well, it's been a while since we had 22 steals.
I think
but-
we still lead the ACC.
Yeah, but we were like leading the country at one point.
Yeah.
It's still, I think Michelle Woods and Saray McGuire and like some of our younger guards are sort of understanding some of the schemes that BMO and Steph have been doing, so that helps a lot. But literally, I think this was a lot of film work. We did a lot of film, not just on Carolina, but on us doing our traps and our presses and our defenses and understanding the rotations. And, this team is really fun. When we do film almost every day, and they're in there, and they're paying attention, and they're taking notes, and, sometimes I'm about to drift off, but I'm really impressed with how sharp they are. But this time of year, you're kind of less on the court and more in the film, trying to keep your legs fresh, but getting all the knowledge still.
Coach Shagag came in averaging close to 18 points a game, and I mean the defense that down low with Pepper deep into the second half. I mean she couldn't really get anything going. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, Coach gives a great scouting report. We changed our schemes defensively in our man-to-man, and obviously Pepper has a nice body and can push her off the block, and Pepper played 1 minute the last time we played him, so it was a big deal for us. And then just the swarming her from different players at different times. And she's a heck of a player, and she's having a heck of a season for them. And they go through her almost every offensive possession, and for her to only get 6 touches, 6 attempts, forget how many she made, the fact that she only had 6 attempts was huge, huge for us.
Going back to the steals and turnovers, how much does that help the offense get going?
It's so much a part of what we do, and what happens is, we have so many different defenses that I can tell which defense the other team has spent a lot of time preparing for. So we'll go through our bag of tricks, and I'll see how they're beating the one, and then we'll just throw one on that they haven't prepared for yet. But that means that my team's doing a heck of a job mentally of being able, there's totally different stunt steals out of one defense than another. And it's a totally different concept. And for us to be able to sometimes on a made basket, I'm changing it in the middle of the play, and my kids are still getting it and executing it. And that's pretty high level.
In such a physical game, I felt the contributions of Sylvia Bullock were really
Great game for Sil.
9 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 steals.
Yeah. And we'll ignore the 5 turnovers. No, but 5 assists too,
5 assists,
and Sil's not used to handling the ball as much. Obviously, we lose Stroman, and we need someone. We facilitate through our post a lot in our offense. And Sylvia, she had 5 turnovers, but she had 5 assists, and they were great. And she's facilitating well, and it's just out of her comfort zone a little bit. But her battle on the boards was big for us. And Mariah Brown, honestly, when she came back in, she showed a big burst for us, and I've been getting on her about rebounding. So, we didn't have as much points off of our bench, but I thought we had, with Mariah and Shelly Woods hitting the boards, and then Crystal Saunders got a couple offensive rebounds. So we were really pleased that our bench is coming in and doing what we need, what we've been missing.